Developers love throwing around SSR, CSR, SSG, and ISR like they are the secret sauce to web development, but half the time they are using them wrong, and the other half can't explain what they actually do. Today, we are fixing that with a simple restaurant analogy that will make everything click. Imagine you are running a restaurant, but instead of serving food, you are serving web pages. The big question is, when do you actually cook the meal? This timing decision is literally the difference between all four rendering strategies. First, let's see what is server-side rendering. It's like having a personal chef in your kitchen. Every single time a customer walks in and places an order, your chef fires up the stove, grabs fresh ingredients, and cooks the entire meal from scratch. The customer gets a perfectly prepared hot meal delivered straight to their table. In web terms, your server builds the complete HTML page with all the data for every request. The browser gets a fully formed page that displays instantly. This is amazing for SEO because search engines love getting complete pages they can easily read and index. Users see content immediately, but your server becomes Gordon Ramsay having a meltdown. Every single visitor makes your server work harder, and high traffic slows everything down. Plus, there is still hydration where JavaScript has to wake up and make everything interactive. Then we have CSR. Client-side rendering is a DIY meal kit of the web. When customers arrive, you hand them an empty plate and a box of ingredients with instructions. They take everything back to their table and assemble the meal themselves. Your server sends a basic HTML shell and JavaScript files. The user's browser downloads everything, reads the instructions, fetches data from APIs, and builds the entire pages locally. Once it's done, the experience is buttery smooth. Clicking around feels instant because everything is already loaded and running. The trade-off, that initial wait time can be brutal. Users stare at the loading spinners while their browser processes all your JavaScript. Search engines struggle with these DIY instructions, so your SEO suffers unless you do extra work. SSG, static site generation, is a meal prep champion of web development. Every Sunday, you spend the entire day cooking hundreds of meals, packaging them in containers and storing them in the fridge. When customers show up during the week, you just grab a container and serve it instantly. This means building every single page during deployment and storing them as static HTML files. Users get pages served lightning fast from a CDN. It's incredibly cheap to host, super secure because there is no server code running, and search engines absolutely love it. The downside? Updates mean meal prepping everything again. Adding new content requires rebuilding your entire site and redeploying. For site with thousands of pages, this takes forever. ISR, incremental static regeneration, is like having a smart meal prep system. Most popular dishes are already prepared and sitting in the fridge, ready to go. When someone orders something that's getting old, you cook a fresh version in the background and update your meal prep stash. ISR gives you the best of both worlds. Most requests get static site speed because pages are pre-built and cached. When content gets stale, the system regenerates those specific pages in the background without affecting anyone's experience. The complexity comes from managing all that caching logic. You need smart cache invalidation, and currently this approach is mostly available in Next.js. And there you have it, SSR, CSR, SSG, and ISR explained through the universal language of food. See you in the next one.